Ever since LEGO released the Lionites castle, it's been my mission to build a flagship castle for every single LEGO faction. This means detailed minifigures, awesome play features, and an epic design. This is Harry. Wait, wrong one. Harry's the son of Melian, Lord and Wizard of the Yellow Castle. We are starting off with a 32x32 base plate, staying faithful to the original. The Yellow Castle is the very first kingdom in official lore, and what humbler beginnings than a cobblestone road. Harry is just a young boy, but loves mystics and stories more than anything. What better place to hold the history of his father's adventures than with a fully decked out bedroom including a bed and bookshelf. You'll notice that the floor tiles are from the Harry Potter Dueling Club set, and they work just too perfectly not to include here. The main color scheme for the walls is yellow, tan, and medium nougat. Being the oldest castle, it wouldn't make any sense for it to be pristine and shiny, so the medium nougat and tan complement well to give that weathered look. The walls were more difficult to build than you might think, because in any other castle, you'd slap down a few masonry bricks and call it a day. But I couldn't do that because they don't make them in yellow. To top off Melian's quarters, I added a portrait of his closest friend and commander of his army. This piece can also be found in the Harry Potter sets throughout their mystery tile line. Something I felt like was a necessity were these slopes protruding from the wall on the original set. I made not 1, not 2, not 11, but 10 arrow slits using the same technique from my medieval battle packs video. This is another nod to the OG set and helps bring out the iconic castle look. After all, people from all around the world venture out to reach the Yellow Castle. Not just for its protection, but for its wealth, trading, hospitality, and of course, they want to see the one and only Melian with their own eyes. Harry was always told that he wasn't good enough for wizardry, and that brought his attention to knighthood. This is of course the Knight of the Yellow Castle, and as I just mentioned, an old friend of Melian. I added 2 shields to the walls using this insane technique I found on Instagram, and the interior consists of a simple armory. It's pretty generic, but makes really good use of the space. The Lionites wouldn't come for generations, but surely they would be the Gondor to the Yellow Castle's Rohan. I based this entire mock around this one piece. What do Melian and Denethor have in common? They sold off their second-born son for this beautiful stained glass window. Huge improvement from the original one. One of the Easter eggs hidden in the Lionites castle is this micro yellow castle. Here I flipped it around and made a mini Lionites castle, and this is probably my favorite detail in the entire set. I topped this final part of the keep off with some high ground for the archer, and now he has no reason to miss. The archers use these gorgeous Yellow Knight torsos, and of course I had to give them a bow and quiver. The tower was still missing something, so I hopped on my computer and designed these custom Yellow Knight emblems. Once they came in the mail, I cut them out for my own Yellow Castle stickers. We can add the flag to the top of the tower, and these banners will come in handy later. The design for the flag turned out great, but there's just no way to make paper look like fabric. The new flag isn't as cool, but it looks much better. There's also more space for the archers on the bottom floor, but LEGO never actually made these corner slopes in yellow, so I had to get creative. Yeah, that's pretty good. Rust-Oleum Sunburst Yellow is the perfect color, but hopefully LEGO releases these in yellow soon. Now it is finally time to flush out the interior and bring this thing to life. Medieval markets have such a charming vibe that I just can't wrap my head around. This was something that pretty much all LEGO castles lack, but I picked a layout that made this possible. The Lionite Battle Pack builds all came together perfectly, and I couldn't help but put them into this mock. The farmer is a town favorite because without him, Harry and the rest of the population would starve. Melian needs to have a talk with his farmer because Harry's been getting a bit chubby. With all of this food, the animals are getting quite nervous, but don't worry, Melian brought them in just for Harry's entertainment. All of the animals are carefully attended to by our faithful peasant Rufus. Rufus has been serving the Yellow Castle since the beginning of his days and is quite content with his simple life. The fence is actually a super simple technique utilizing bars and battle droid arms. Animals always help bring mocks to life. Not sure how Hedwig escaped Hogwarts, but it looks like he has a letter for Harry. What's this? His newest glass has been freshly blown? I built this simple forge just using a few pieces. Our glass blower, is that what they're called, can take the glasses out of the flames and hang them upside down to cool. I topped off the glass blowing stand with this cloth piece used in the Java store from the Mos Eisley Cantina. I was quite tempted to build a blacksmith stand instead, but they're very overrepresented and this was something much more unique. Next, I built these 2 watchtowers in the front of the castle. Just ignore that it completely blocks off access to the side walls. Who needs logical construction when your mind can unlock that possibility? Wow, that was terrible. Our archers really don't have a reason to miss because I built them yet another staging ground, also with a little bit of protection. This is where the custom banner that I designed earlier is gonna come in handy. Okay, we have a huge issue. This front gate is not getting built because I ran out of parts and I have to leave to go back to college tomorrow. I pretty much am screwed for the next few weeks.
One eternity later.
Alright guys, we are so back. For the front gate, I took some inspiration from the Lion Knight's castle, but I modified it to fit the limited space. Yellow can get pretty bland after building with it for a while, so the splash of red was much needed. Now, Harry can finally have some peace of mind and doesn't have to live under fear of being attacked by the Wolfpack or Forest Men. The designers in 1978 did such a good job on shaping the platform, but modern pieces just blow it out of the water. This very specific bush piece is honestly what I think of when I hear Lego Castle, and it was quite the pleasure to add it to the front along with some other foliage scattered throughout the castle. While I by no means wanted it to look abandoned or overtaken by nature, I still wanted to achieve that cozy and lived-in feel. The final touch is going to be adding this tree to the front left. This was inspired by Earthbricks on YouTube and I would definitely recommend checking him out. Now that we've officially completed Harry's home, and I've let you in on some of the awesome characters and details within the Yellow Castle, now is the time when I tell you to subscribe. You don't want to miss out on any other castles in the future. Until then, there's plenty of other medieval content on my page. Take care and God bless.